Emmy, can you hear me? Okay, finally. I missed all the sound meditation.
That happens.
I think I'm okay. I'm back. I restarted my computer, restarted the Bluetooth. That was very frustrating.
Yeah. What are you doing in a hospital?
Oh,
I think I'm in. Yeah. You set it up. Kind of like a ballad.
Good morning, Unity San Francisco. How's my family today? Okay, we're going to try it again. Good morning, Unity. How's my family today? Wonderful. So if you're downstairs, this is officially your traveling music to get upstairs. We're in our prelude. I've missed you. I've been out of the country. 21 hours of traveling yesterday, just saying. I know, that's how much I love you. Got home at 2 a.m., was up at 6. Love. So much love. Let's go ahead and start with a nice little jazz standard. Okay, he's with me now. Feel free to snap or tap. Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Arthur Koo. Dig that jazz, man. Ladies, gents, and those who choose not to choose. Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Arthur Koo and the amazing Sounds of Unity Band. So good. We are so blessed to have these talented musicians. I'm going to introduce the rest of them later because they're all kind of awesome. Did you know that we actually have someone who comes here every week who's on almost every Karen Drucker recording? Did you know that? Mind you, not on the instrument he plays with us. He plays saxophone. Mark Baum. Music royalty in our midst. Anywho, we're going to welcome my family up here. My twin sister. Trust me, you couldn't tell us apart if it wasn't for the hair, right? I have none. Hers is pink. You know, it's easy to get us mixed up. And this amazing, strapping young gentleman. Welcome to Unity San Francisco. Happy Sunday. My name is Mies Malone. I am the minister of music here, and we're going to open it up with a happy song to remind you to take joy in your everyday.
It's nice to be around others who just hold you for.
But where my sunshine? Okay, stop.
Nothing but clouds and
no.
What?
No. We lost our
It looks
visuals.
nice.
Does anyone here, if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, dancing in the poppy fields?
Somewhere.
No.
Can we just sing
Are we
the
ready,
song?
Bruno? We're ready. One more time. Okay, you kind of got to stand up now.
You know,
I think we've reached the point where we all need to just get a little happy with each other, shall we?
yeah,
Here
come
we
on,
go.
get happy.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day. Where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy I've been promised? So I know it's alright. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain, yes, fell upon me like a shower now. I smile, even though it hurts, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. Ooh. Today's a new day. Everywhere is sunshine. Not a cloud in the sky, and it's light in my heart, and it feels right. Today's a new day. Hey! Nothing but blue skies, full of the love and the joy that I'm promised. Everything's alright. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell upon me like a shower now. I smile. Even though it hurts, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up from you down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. Smile for me. Would you just smile for me? Hey, hey. Smile for me. Would you just smile for me? 1, 2, oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you're oh, oh, oh. You look so much better when you smile. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't contain is flowing through me like a river now. Right now. I smile, even though it hurts, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been in for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. I smile, even though it hurts, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. Happy Sunday.
Thank you. How about our music team? Woo! That's a way to start the day. Woo! Yeah, let's hear it for our music team. If you're coming in late, there's some seats right over on this side, and there's a couple down here, and right here in the middle. So come on in. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name is Ken Daigle. I am the senior minister here, and you are here on a very, very special Sunday. This is a Sunday that we honor and install our prayer chaplains for the year. And for those of you who are new to Unity, if you're online or here in the room, or to New Thought, we have a very special way of praying here, and it really changed my whole perception of what prayer is when I discovered affirmative prayer at Unity of New York way back. Won't tell you how long ago. But there are people who have been doing this kind of prayer for well over 150 years. And it is, rather than beseeching, it is transforming by stating and affirming that the solution is already at hand. Not in the future, not somewhere up in the heavens waiting for God to dispense it, but right here and right now, our good exists. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, stated it this way: affirmative prayer is the most vibrant and powerful mind action known. And that idea that we can use affirmative prayer to transform our lives and transform the world is what propelled Unity into the forefront. And I believe it is the greatest contribution of New Thought to the world, that we shift the way we talk with the divine. Right? So today, our prayer chaplains have been part of this process. They have been studying, they have been taking classes, they have been meeting, they have been doing practice, they have been meeting with each other and with prayer chaplains for years. But this special group has been a blessing to me. I got to work with them and learn from them this past year. So I'm going to invite them up to the platform so that we can all honor them. First, our prayer chaplain leader, Dave Cooperberg. Could you move his chair up? Thank you. Dave, take your place. Reverend Eleesabeth Hager. Tyler Kruger, who's already right here. Marty Carls. Rosie Dominia. Connie Levin and Sean. Come on up. Gina. All right, as they take their place on the platform. Yes. I'm gonna. They have one other prayer chaplain who we couldn't find a great picture of. So Noel Rivera is not here with us today. Yes, we can applaud Noel. But he is with us in spirit, and he will be with the prayer chaplains, as this is our class for 2025-2026. Right? We gather in reverence and gratitude for each and every one of you. Individuals who have answered the call to sacred service. This is not a position of hierarchy or authority, but of deep spiritual commitment. Prayer chaplains are those among us who have chosen to be a healing presence, to listen with love, who speak with spiritual authority, and who see the truth even when it is hidden behind layers of pain and despair. They do not offer advice or solutions. Instead, they hold the high watch, knowing that God is always present, that each person they serve already carries within them the spark of divine healing, wisdom, and wholeness. These prayer chaplains, now gathered before you, are quite the heart of this ministry. They walk beside us in joy, in sorrow. They witness our tears, our celebrations, and our healing. Though through sacred listening and affirmative prayer, they not only lift individuals, but our entire community and the world to a higher vibration of consciousness and peace. They are trained to be present in a way that transcends words. In a world too often dominated by noise and fear, our prayer chaplains see what could be, even when the circumstances seem dark. They see wholeness in the midst of illness. They see hope in the face of despair. They remember the truth when others forget. Beloved prayer chaplains, today we recognize each and every one of you and your willingness not only to serve with your time, but with your open hearts, your presence, and your unwavering commitment to spiritual truth. As you stand here before us, and we bring Noel into this group too, take a moment and feel the love from this community that surrounds and supports you as well. Those here in the sanctuary and those watching from afar with love. I'm going to now ask you 3 sacred questions. Please answer with a clear and heartfelt, I do. Do you affirm that you will hold this community and all of its members, guests, and seekers in your heart and in your prayers, knowing their wholeness and lifting them in spirit?
I do.
Do you vow to practice self-care, nurturing your own body, your mind, and spirit, so that you may serve from a place of abundance and balance?
I do.
And do you commit to the sacred practice of confidentiality, creating a safe and trusted space for all who come to you in prayer?
I do.
Then, with the love of this community and the strength of spirit and the grace of God flowing through you, we anoint you and install you now as the prayer chaplains of Unity San Francisco. May you be blessed as you bless. May you be lifted as you lift others. May the light you carry within shine brightly, sending hope, healing, and connection to the entire world. And so it is. Amen. Our prayer chaplain. Thank you. Yeah. And now, as they take their places in the seats among us, as a tribute to them, Lisa Malone is going to sing one of the Ricky Byers classics, It All Fades.
In my pain, there inside my weakness is the seed of something greater in me, and the shame of not choosing higher, of all the disappointing moments fade into God. No mistakes have been made in God. All the ways we seem to fail in God all fail. It all fades into God. No choice, a prisoner of anguish, in a jail of I'm so lonely, in a jail of all is lost, but the stars shining to remind us the seed will need the darkness to change into new life. No mistakes have been made in God. All the ways we seem to fail in God all fade. It all fades into God. In God is the gravity that holds it together. And God is the orbit in which I am spinning. I see the stars and I remember to remember inside my pain is the seed of my strength. And God is the gravity that holds it together. And God is the orbit in which I am spinning. I see the star and I remember inside my pain is the seed of my strength. And God is the gravity that holds us together. And God is the orbit in which I am spinning. I see the stars. I am a star. Inside my pain is the seed of my strength. No mistakes have been made in God. Oh, the ways we seem to fail in God all fade. It all fades in. It all fades in. It all fades into God. Thank you for your service, prayer chaplains.
Good morning, Unity San Francisco. So happy that you're here joining us on Sunday morning. My name is Tyler. As we mentioned before, if I haven't met you already, I'm one of the prayer chaplains.
And hello, I'm Ryan. I am the Director of Media and IT here at Unity San Francisco.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. So we're celebrating June as Pride Month, and I want to just mention that any people group around the world who finds that they've had to hide or change who they are, and then finds a pathway to authenticity, and then stands in society, is another example of the light, of the divinity that we discover within us shining out in the world, right? So we celebrate our siblings in the LGBTQIA plus community, but also finding the authenticity within me as I have had a journey of self-discovery, of mental health, and using different tools. Many of the practices that I have found so valuable, I found right here at Unity, such as meditation, mindful self-reflection, the ability to not have a chaotic mind worried about the external opinions of everybody else, but instead going within and realizing through self-reflection, look at me thinking that thought. Is that thought healthy or even worth my time? And then the teachings of one power, one presence, one love in the universe that is equal to everyone, I can then develop a new thought. Now, for everybody, that's different. Everybody's journey is different, and we, unapologetically inclusive here at Unity San Francisco, we celebrate how each of us come to that place of authenticity.
Yeah, and I know for me, coming into the community, it was very much I get into my own head, I have my own thoughts, and something that we'll be discussing a lot today, the work by Byron Katie and the work we do here at Unity, and understanding is that thought true? Is it absolutely true? And really looking at how I was thinking and feeling helped me recognize that I can love myself the way I am. And this community held me in that way, and it's so beautiful to be somewhere where I can feel that, and I can feel the love radiating from everyone in the community. And I just am so grateful to be in a community that is unapologetically inclusive.
Yes. The great equalizer, that the divinity that is everyone and everything is the same in you and in me. So whatever your journey is, we welcome you here at Unity San Francisco. Right. We have an affirmation. Oh, yes. First, another journey of authenticity. Let's hear from our own prayer chaplain, Rosie.
it's nice to be around others who just hold you for who you are. For context, like, you'll have to understand, like, a lot of my life I wasn't accepted for who I naturally am. And so I've had to really, in a way, I felt like I had to fight for that. And in that, unfortunately, came some guilt and shame that I've accrued in my life. And so when I finally realized, a few years ago, that I needed to be around people, around a community that was loving and joyful, I found it at Unity. And knowing this community now for almost 2 years, it's really nice to establish deeper connections and friendships. And that's what brings me joy. It's like being around people who see me for who I am, who hear me for who I am, and hold space for me no matter how I show up. And that's valuable to me. It's something I really haven't found in my spiritual life, at least in this lifetime until now. And it's wonderful, and I cherish it.
Right. So we have an affirmation, right? We have this idea of unapologetically inclusive. We return our conversations to it, and every Sunday morning we have an affirmation to re-anchor this truth.
Yes, I'll say this affirmation once, and I invite you to say it after me. I commit to awakening myself and the world to infinite possibilities. Can you know that with me? I commit to awakening myself and the world to infinite possibilities. And so it is.
So it is. We want to draw your attention to the Sunday Bulletin. If you haven't received a bulletin, just raise your hand, and one of the ushers will bring you one. And inside of the Sunday Bulletin is a spiritual connection card. I invite you, whether it's your first time here or your 1,000th time visiting us at Unity San Francisco, fill this out. Let us know who you are and how you found out about Unity San Francisco.
And if you are a first-time guest, please let us know. Here in the space, we have a gift for you in the lobby. And if you're online, if you mark that you are a first-time guest, we will send you something over digitally. And we thank everyone for joining us this Sunday morning.
Yes. We also have spiritual connection groups. There's a variety. Check out the website. Check out your Sunday Bulletin. But the one that's happening this week, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. We'll get back to the spiritual connection groups, but let me back up and mention that we take a lot of pride in that practice of meditation. So there's a variety of ways for you to join us. One of the most important ways is every Sunday morning at 10:15, both here in the room, but also on Zoom, is one of our prayer chaplains leading a wonderful sound meditation, 10:15 to 10:45 before Sunday service begins.
Yes, and then every day at noon, we have a midday meditation so you can recenter during your work week and really find the peace and clarity that you need.
Yes, and if you want prayer or meditation, that grounding time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just go to our website. There's a whole library of meditation opportunities that are curated for you.
If you are online, please click the link in the chat that's being dropped for the interactive meet and greet. As we get ready for our community song, there'll be a chance to interact and talk to the people in the space. And we really appreciate and love seeing you all there.
Yes. And so now, stand as you're willing and able. Let's sing together, In the Land of I Am.
All right, okay.
In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all
for a meet and greet. Say hello to your beautiful neighbors. Give them a hug. Give them a hand. Say hello. It's so nice to see everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Hi. Can you hear me? Oh, hello there. Happy Sunday. Yes. How's everyone doing? Good, good. Hey. Are you enjoying service so far? I want to stare at the camera at the screen. Hi. Morning. Let's see if anyone else wants to say hi. I think more people are coming. They're coming. Keep waving.
Hey, you guys. Wasn't she awesome? Come back in here. Hey, I know you can't see it, but she doesn't have any holes in her pants today. I know. It's the style. It's the style. You know, I know we can get into that style, but you know. Happy Sunday all. Good to see you all.
Hello, good morning everybody. Good to see you all. Everybody, Robbie, what are you doing in the hospital? Emmy, Lori, hey Tom, congratulations on being the president. I'm so happy. Are you in Hawaii?
Hi, Robbie. Good to see you. Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. You look wonderful. See you soon.
Hi, folks. Hope you have a great Sunday. Happy Sunday and a blessed day.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you all. Ron and Stacy and Robbie and
Somebody got her
Tom,
microphone.
Lori and
Microphone
Emmy.
for her.
Nice to see you all. It's a beautiful Sunday, but we're glad you're with us virtually. Hi, Emmy, Robbie, Stacy. Good to see you all.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
All right, back to the stage.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome all our friends online. We're so delighted that you're all here. As you take your seats again, we have a little bit of an announcement. First off, I'd like to introduce Wanda Whitaker. Welcome, Wanda, to our platform. Wanda is going to be co-hosting an event here called Culture Connects Us, a live podcast on the 21st. It's a Saturday, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Starts at 1:30 p.m. here. Will you tell us a little bit about this, Wanda?
Well, I just want to tell you a little story first.
Okay.
You know, several years ago, I saw a foreign film, and it was about a little Indian boy from Mumbai, and he was suffering from dyslexia. And his parents highly criticized him just for his behavior. They didn't understand what he had. He actually had dyslexia. And so they put him into a boarding school. And when they put him into a boarding school, he was introduced to an art teacher who taught him art, and he was able to find his creative potential by, you know, creating art. But long story short, fast forward, I was boarding a United Airlines plane, and there was this little boy sitting next to an airline stewardess, and he was very disruptive. I believe he was autistic or dyslexic. And he was by himself, and nobody would attend to him. The the steward, she could not keep attending to him, so she asked somebody to volunteer. I volunteered. It was a 5-hour flight, and so I grabbed a pen and a napkin, and I told him to draw. And he was a little white boy, so let's get that straight. Different culture. And he drew some aliens and spaceships. And I thought he was so creative. But it was because I looked at him and I said, you know what? The name of that movie was like Stars on Earth. And I looked at him and I said, you're a star on Earth. And I was able to connect with him through that culture. So film is a way that we can connect with one another.
Wow.
I just wanted to say that. So we are highlighting, there are going to be 3 award-winning local panelists that we will be interviewing. And it's going to be an engaging conversation. One is Hassan Z, who's from Pakistan. Anybody know him? Okay. I'm sure you do. Maureen Goosling.
Yeah.
And also Kevin Epps. So we have 3 particular filmmakers, and there is going to be discussion, there'll be performance. It's going to be a big, big kind of like celebration. So I want you all to come, because you're going to learn something. I'll be downstairs, and I'll be selling tickets, although anybody can come. If you can't afford it, no problem. You can come for free. But if anybody buys a ticket today, you will get a free travel poster, Cuba travel poster, by me. I'm the artist.
Do we get to go to Cuba too?
Hey.
I'm affirming that.
Affirm that.
Affirm that. I want to make that. Mike just got back. Where are you, Mike? Yeah, Mike just got back from the trip to Cuba.
Okay.
We're putting it on our horizon for a
All right.
community trip to Cuba next year, right? A spiritual journey to the island. So there's also some questions that we want to pepper. We want you to answer these questions, because that's what the whole discussion and event's going to be like. And we're trying in many, many different ways. Last week we did Africa Rising here in the sanctuary. It was amazing. It was an amazing. If you missed it, you can catch it online. And incredible speakers, incredible movement of what's happening on the continent of Africa. And it is actually going to be the most populous continent by 2050. Get that? That it'll be the most populous continent on the planet in just 25 years.
With more youth.
Right. Yes, more youth than anywhere else, right? And that is our future. So we are trying to put legs to our statement that we're unapologetically inclusive. And so some of the questions that we're going to look at here are, what aspects of American culture in which you have pride, right? The next one, Bruno. I missed number 2, I'm sorry. I was saying, what aspects of American culture presently that concern you the most, right? And then the last question is, what aspects, one more? This isn't working. Okay, I'm gonna have to, because it's not working on my monitors. What aspects of American culture from the past concern you the most, right? And then, what aspects of American culture presently concern you the most? Ooh, right? Hey, no one has an opinion about that, right? And here, this is the unity question. What needs to shift within you to support the positive change in American culture, right? And so how that makes us the change agents we need to be. And so one is going to co-lead this amazing event here on the 21st. That's not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
No, it's two Saturdays from today.
From today, yeah.
And one more question is, what does American culture mean to you? What is American culture?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Wanda. Appreciate it. Thank you. So we have a guest speaker today. So I met Kristen Brownstone at the beach in Baja at a luxury resort filled with like 25 of us, and we were all studying the work of Lynn Twist, and we were so excited to be there. And she is a radiant light, and she is become a real friend to me and to us here at Unity San Francisco. Currently, she is residing up the street at the Zen Center, and she calls herself the most colorful thing that has ever happened to the Zen Center. Because they all wear gray and brown, and she has pink toenails, as you'll see here in a minute. But Kristen has a very interesting spiritual path. So she fit into Unity very naturally because she was raised a Christian Scientist. And if you don't know, Unity came out of the Christian Science movement in the late 1800s. And one of the teachers of Christian Science taught the Fillmores, who are our co-founders. So that lineage persuades and influences her life to today. But she's made a career in the corporate world and in being a coach and a mentor and teaching communication. But what's really most amazing is she founded a company called Illuminate. And this is on the website of the company, and I think it just describes Kristen to a T. It says, to supply or brighten with light, to make lucid or clear, to enlighten with knowledge, and to make resplendent or illustrious. So, in a moment, I'm going to let you be resplendent with Kristen. And before we do that, I'm going to have Misa come up and sing us one more song. Thank you, Misa.
All the times you thought you'd never make it through, felt like the world had turned its back on you, didn't stop you. All the times you could have given in and given up, times you didn't know that you were strong enough, still you got through. Somehow it's all part of the plan, the journey, the journey, the journey. It's the journey, it's the getting there to where you're going to. Going through hell, but still you're gonna make it through. It's the fire that they can't put out inside. It's a hell of a ride. All the times they thought that they could hold you back, but you've always known there was no chance of that. You're made too strong. And when you're going with your heart, you can go farther than you'd ever thought possible. Prove them all wrong. It's a part of the bigger plan, the journey. The journey, the journey. It's the journey, it's the getting there to where you're going to. Going through hell, but still you're gonna make it through. It's the fire that it's a hell of a ride. Every step you take is one more step along the way on the journey. The journey. The journey. Journey, it's the getting there to where you're going to. Going through hell, but still you're gonna make it through. It's the fire that they can't put out inside. It's a hell of a ride. It's a hell of a ride. It's the journey, the journey.
What if the journey that you're on is absolutely perfect? What if whatever is in your life is perfect? I know that sometimes for me that statement gives me not always a great feeling in my stomach because it seems like there's so much that is not perfect. But what if in this very moment, which is the only moment that ever exists, everything is exactly as it's meant to be? The Buddhist nun Pema Chodron tells us that we must have unconditional love for the phenomena of our existence. She says this is a choiceless choice. It's choiceless because we don't get to decide what it is that life hands to us, but it is a choice if we want to fall unconditionally in love with it. So today we're exploring together the work of Byron Katie, which is essentially falling in love with reality, falling in love with your circumstances. And if you haven't heard it before, it's just a simple, profound practice of inquiry. And it's transformed many people's lives. It came into my life about 7 years ago, and I've witnessed some powerful transformations in my own thought as well as the thought of people I work with. Let me just ask, how many people here are familiar with the work? Great. And how many of you have never heard of it or you just know very little about it? Okay. So Katie says, she goes by Katie, Byron Kathleen is her name, but she goes by Katie. She says we are in Earth School. And Earth School is about the end of war. It's about the end of war with the self and with the perceived other. People in our lives are as we believe them to be. Whether they're dead, gone, or alive, they're still as we perceive them to be. So a question is, what have you ever experienced that wasn't your perception of it? So in the 1970s, Katie was in her early 30s. She had a pretty typical life. She'd had 2 marriages. She had 3 children, a very successful career. But over the next decade, into her 40s, she started to spiral into rage and paranoia and suicidal depression and agoraphobia. She would go weeks without brushing her teeth, without showering, without getting out of bed. And eventually, her family didn't know what to do with her. So they put her in the only place her insurance would cover, which was a halfway house for women with eating disorders. Now, she was so mean, and the guests were so afraid of her that she was forced to sleep up in the attic. And at that time, her own self-esteem had plummeted so much that she wouldn't even sleep on the bed. She slept on the floor. And then one morning in February of 1986, she'd been there about a week, she woke up to a cockroach crawling up her leg. And she says in that moment, she experienced a profound shift in consciousness without any concept of who or what she was. And she says she realized instantaneously that it wasn't the world that was causing her pain, it was her beliefs about the world and herself and other people. She says it was as if something else had woken up. It opened its eyes. It was looking through Katie's eyes. And it was so delighted. There was nothing separate. There was nothing unacceptable to it. So this led her over the next couple of years to develop the work, which is basically 4 simple questions that help us identify and question our stressful thoughts, and then a process for turning those around. So I'll be sharing some of Katie's quotes today because they so beautifully represent the work. I love this one. I'm a lover of what is, not because I'm a spiritual person, but because it hurts when I argue with reality. Here's another one. When I argue with reality, I lose, but only 100% of the time. Every single one of us experiences suffering of some kind. It might be disappointment, it might be fear, it might be grief, it might be anger. But the work teaches us that our suffering comes not from the circumstances in our lives, but from our thoughts about them. So if I believe the thought, he shouldn't be doing that, or I'm not good enough, or those people are ignorant, we put ourselves into a prison of thought. We do it. So just the humility of being willing to be wrong about what we believe can help alleviate our suffering and make us more present to the life that's unfolding in front of us. So inquiry's been around a long time. Byron Katie didn't invent it. So the Hindu sage Ramana Maharshi says, other than inquiry, there are no adequate means for making the mind quiescent. That's not in my everyday lexicon, so I looked it up. It's quiet, still, tranquilly at rest. So Ramana Maharshi says that inquiry is the only way we can bring our minds to stillness and tranquility. So why are we so agitated and triggered and anything but tranquil? Well, usually it's the people in our lives. It's the situations, it's the circumstances, it's the governments. Every single story that causes suffering is a variation on one theme. This shouldn't be happening. This shouldn't be happening. So self-inquiry helps to open up some of that space where we're shoulding and shouldn'ting, where we're ruminating, where we're preventing, where we are planning, where we are criticizing, where we are being a victim. That takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of energetic space. So self-inquiry opens that up for something else. We don't have any control over how other people see us. The other is in my life as I perceive them to be. And everything that I don't like about them tells me what I believe about myself. And Katie will say that whatever the other person is thinking or believing makes them, whatever we believe the other person is thinking or believing makes it or them the enemy. So this is the seeds of war. What I'm believing about my other and about my situation that's causing suffering is the seeds of war. But we can ask, how do I react when other people don't see me the way I want them to see me? How do I react when other people don't act the way I want them to? How do I treat them? What do I believe about them? So through inquiry, we can see that if we were thinking and believing what the other person was thinking and believing in that moment when they did that thing, Katie says we probably would have done the exact same thing. So I will go briefly through the inquiry process, and then we are having a deeper dive workshop this afternoon, downstairs from 1:30 to 3:30, because this really, the rubber really hits the road when you get this on paper. And it looks deceptively simple, and it is. And at the same time, the ego doesn't want to be weakened through inquiry. Our egos kind of like to just sort of hide over here. So the fight that the ego puts up can look like a few things. It can look like denial. I don't need this. It can look like dismissal. Well, this is for unenlightened people. Or it can look like laziness. I can do this in my head. I don't need to put it on paper. Katie, 40 years later, is still putting this on paper. I was recently doing a book group with some people on Katie's latest book, which is called A Mind at Home with Itself, that she co-wrote with her husband, Stephen Mitchell, where he translates the Diamond Sutra, and then she puts the work into the context. And for some people that were new to the work, that had never done it before, we talked and discussed about some steps that we felt were important to come before we go to inquiry. First of all, it's recognition. We have to be aware that we're not feeling great. We have to be aware that we're suffering in some way, that we're not just walking around feeling bad. So putting a word to it, such as, I'm resentful right now. And then we have to admit it. We have to own up to what we're feeling, even if it's shameful. This is non-resistance to the emotions that are coming up in us. I'm going to admit that I'm resentful, even if I wish I wasn't, or I don't want other people to know. And then we honor it. We love that for what it is. No judgment, no harshness, allowing it to be. I honor the fact of my resentment, because my resentment might be my best teacher right now. Honoring my resentment might be my highest right at this moment, so I'm going to own it fully. And now I'm ready for inquiry. Now that I've fully owned it, and if I'm tired of it and I don't want to be dealing with it anymore, now I'm ready to look at the beliefs behind my resentment and begin to dismantle them. And I don't think we can truthfully get to inquiry without some of these compassionate steps that come before. Katie underscores this. She says, there aren't any truths. There's just the thing that is true for you in the moment. And if you investigated that, you would lose it too. And we have to honor the thing that's true for us in the moment because it's a matter of keeping to our own integrity. So it sounds like two different things. But if we own the thing that's true for us in the moment, then we're not attached. We unattach from it. So now the work begins. So now that we've isolated the beliefs that are keeping us in suffering, now we can begin to put it on paper. So I'll just go through the process quickly. There are 4 questions. We ask, is it true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? How do you react when you believe the thought? And who would you be without the thought? So let's look at each one of these. So I'm just going to ask everybody right now to just, from your seats, we don't have paper till later, to hold a thought in mind that's been giving you suffering. Something you believe about somebody that's just driving you crazy, or that you're very hurt by. And when you're holding that thought in mind, try to anchor it in a point in time. Remember the situation where you were. Were you in your car? Were you at a restaurant? Were you lying in bed? Where were you? What was the environment around you? What was the light like? Were you having a conversation? And then ask the first question. Is this thought actually true? And there's only 2 answers. Yes or no. Nothing in between. Okay, no exposition here. No, well, sometimes on that day, but on that day, no. No. Yes or no. Is it true? And I want to say that yes and no are both equally good answers. One is not more enlightened than the other. If it's true, it's true. And then the second question takes us a little bit deeper. Can you absolutely know that it's true? So this invites in some humility, recognizing that there are limits to what we think we know. Most of us can't know other people's motivations. We can't know the future. We don't know absolute truth. So this question starts to create a little bit of space between reality and our interpretations of reality. And then the third question invites us to notice the effects of our beliefs. So go back to the thought you were thinking a moment ago. Hold that thought in mind. And then notice, how do you feel physically when you're believing that? How do you feel emotionally or mentally? How are you treating yourself in that moment, even in your mind? I'm beating myself up. Or maybe how are you treating the other? So, for example, if I believe that my neighbors don't care about me, and I hold that belief in my thought, I might ignore them. I may not say good morning. I might talk about them to other neighbors, or I might isolate myself. Those are the behaviors when I'm believing that. And then the fourth question opens us up to possibility. Who or what would you be without the thought? Now, this isn't positive thinking. This isn't spiritual bypassing. This is about experiencing reality in that moment without the filter of your story on top of it. So close your eyes for a moment again. Imagine yourself in that place, in that space, and it is virtually impossible to hold the belief that you are holding. How are you experiencing this situation differently? So we'll work through some real examples of this in the workshop this afternoon with anybody who's willing to volunteer. But what I'd like to say is that the metaphor that I like to think about dislodging thoughts is kind of like a tooth. And sometimes you have a tooth that needs to come out. Sometimes you wiggle that sucker and it pops out immediately. Sometimes inquiries like that. Other times you have to work on it and wiggle a little bit more, and you come back to it a week later and it wiggles a little bit more. And so it can take time. It can take weeks or months or years. Katie admits that after her awakening, she had 2 years, it took her 2 years to work through the thought, my mother doesn't love me. So then after the 4 questions comes the turnaround. This is finding alternatives to our original thought. And this is where things really start to come off the rails in a good way. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the book I just mentioned, A Mind at Home with Itself, about living the work. The only thing you need to know about enlightenment is whether believing a particular thought is stressful or not. Does the thought hurt or doesn't it? If it doesn't, good. Enjoy it. If it does hurt, if it causes any sadness, anger, or uneasiness of any kind, question it and enlighten yourself to that thought. Suffering is optional. It doesn't have to last for years. It can get down to months, weeks, days, minutes, seconds. Eventually, when the same thoughts arise, the ones that used to make you suffer, you're at ease with them. In fact, you're lit. You walk down the street shining like a 1,000-watt light bulb. Now, what I love about that paragraph is that she doesn't promise that inquiry is going to make the thought go away. She says it's still going to come up, but you're going to be at ease with it. You're going to just notice it. There it is. The Buddha compares his teaching to a raft that takes people from the shore of suffering to the shore of freedom. And when you reach the other shore, you leave the raft behind because it would be ridiculous to strap it on your back and keep walking. And so the work, too, is like a raft. And eventually, through practice, we can stop imposing our thinking onto reality and just experience everything as it is, which Katie and many of the other spiritual teachers have said is pure grace. So related to being here in Earth School and committing to end our war with ourselves and with our perceived others, I love this quote. Peace doesn't require 2 people. It requires only one, you. And one more closing reading. I am my only world. I'm the only one here. The world is my projection, my imagination lived. Sight, sound, smell, feeling, humans, dogs, cats, trees, and sky. I love the world, both when it appears to live and when it appears to die. The question mind loves the infinite way of it. There's a law in this world. When you think life is so good that it can't get any better, it has to. And you're willing to experience whatever life brings. You look forward to experiencing it. Beautiful, beautiful, misunderstood, benevolent life. Anyone who doesn't love the dream world hasn't understood that life is mind and that there's nothing outside it. It's lost as long as it believes what it thinks. That is its job, to believe what it thinks, until finally, one day, it sets itself free. So let's take that sense of freedom into our meditation.
Kristen Brownstone. I invite you to get comfortable, to allow the chair you're sitting in to hold you, to allow my voice to become your voice, and to allow that disturbing thought, the thought, troubling thought that you were prompted to bring up, once again to permeate your sense of being. Just observe it. Just observe the discomfort, the tension, the shouldn't, shoulds, and the pain. Where do you feel it in your body? Where do you feel the resentment? Is it in your stomach, in your heart, your mind? that in your gut or your back. Louise Hay teaches us that every symptom is the result of a thought, a belief, holding on too tightly. So when we open ourselves in this moment to this field of infinite peace, we go on the journey across the waters that takes us from the shore of suffering to the land of I am, to the land of peace and tranquility. So notice how acknowledging the thought that is causing you pain is actually your vehicle to freedom. Acknowledge how when you honor your less than best moments, you rise in understanding and awareness. And notice how when you open your hands, your heart, and your mind, how easy it is to let those beliefs go. There is no absolute truth. There is only our belief that there is. In this moment, inside of our pain, is the key to our freedom. When we know the truth that there are no mistakes, that there is no thing out there trying to get us. Only our own belief that it shouldn't be. So in this moment, I invite you to inhabit peace, to let the water wash away the shoulds, to let the water wash away the judgment, to let the tide clean the beach. In this moment, feel the peace. Be the peace. Illuminate and luxuriate as the peace.
I will stay true, even when the lies come. My heart remains true, even when my thoughts don't line up. I will stand tall, That's what love is. Love is peace when my fear grows bold. Peace when I feel enclosed. Peace when I lose control. That's what love is. That's what love is. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. I let it flow when my mind's under siege. All anxiety bows in the presence of love, the bringer of peace. And peace is a promise I keep. Peace is a promise I keep. And so it is.
Wow.
Yes, yes. This spiritual feeling that we have together right now, we have created this together with the help of Kristen, with the help of the music team, but all of us studying and practicing ideas together create these moments of self-reflection and then empowerment. Yeah.
Yes, it's amazing and astounding. And with that, I wanted to pull your attention back to your bulletins just briefly. And there are some practices we have here to help you anchor all of that you heard today and all of that we're feeling. The first of which is to, I choose to inquire into those painful thoughts in my head.
Right. What a great reminder this week, just to pause and when I'm having that pain, but inquire gently with curiosity. This week, I choose to see my others as myself.
This week, I choose to fall in love with reality.
Mm-hmm. This week, I choose to free myself from mental prison. Right. Why am I holding myself in that prison? What a wonderful revelation to even realize that I can see it and then find a way out, right? This is a wonderful way to come today to practice these ways of freedom. But also I want to mention that these ways of setting your intention in motion, mark them if they apply to you. We're going to drop it in the offering basket. But there's also space for you to write a prayer request or write your own intention in the space below. When we drop this into the offering basket, it's a way of connecting to Unity San Francisco. Reverend Ken receives these during the week, and he puts you in that place of prayer, and he agrees with you that as you have declared, so it is true for you. It's one of those ancient spiritual tools of agreement. Transcends time and space. So drop that in the offering basket when that comes around.
Yes, and if you are online immediately after service, downstairs in the community hall and online on Zoom, we're going to be holding a spiritual discussion group so that you can talk about any emotions or feelings that came up during the service and to really deepen the practice. And it'll be a great prep so you can go right from that into the class.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually in the discussion group. I love it. Join us downstairs in the conference room, and everybody online, stay in the Zoom room. Now, we also, every week, give a little moment to talk about time, talent, and treasure, and the awakening, the realization that instead of these old ideas of, I don't have enough, I shift over to the realization that divinity is never ending. It is a river and a wellspring within me. As I shift my thinking, I then might look out into the world and say, maybe I can give of my time. Maybe I can give of my treasure. Even the world of psychology tells us that when we're depressed, go out and love somebody. Share that moment of connection. So we invite you to practice giving of your time and your talent right here at Unity San Francisco, whether it's the hospitality team or the greeter team or other ways to get involved, sing on the choir, share your light with the world. And also, we give of our treasure. And so we always have that opportunity. I want to invite you, asking you to give and support Unity San Francisco, who has been teaching these ideas and practices of freedom for over 100 years. We invite you to support us, and for those of you who do support us, deep gratitude and thank you. But there are ways to
There are a number of ways to give. So one is to scan the QR code on the screen behind me. There's a link in the chat for those online. There's also a envelope in the back of the seat chairs, and we're so grateful for any and all gifts you give.
Yes, the QR code on the screen, but it's also in your bulletin. But also we want to invite the ushers to come forward for the Sunday offering, for those offerings, but also for that connection card. And we always anchor our time of giving with an affirmation.
I'm going to say this affirmation once, and I invite you to join with me. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Together?
And we know this together, yeah.
I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. And so it is.
So it is. So as we mentioned, we're having this workshop today right after service at 1:30 with Kristen. Thank you so much. The work of Byron Katie. Bring those things that cause you pain, where I'm resisting what is really going on, and bring that wonderful heart of inquiry into a process that has been proven to help us find freedom from the prison in our minds. So join us right after service downstairs in the conference room, and everybody online too. And it's today at 1:30.
And then, coming up on Wednesday, June 18th, LUT Dave Cooperberg is going to be leading a book study In the Flow of Life by Eric Butterworth. Please, if you're interested at all, sign up online. It's on the website, in the bulletin, and in the blast.
Yes.
That will be Wednesdays, June 18th through July 16th at 5 p.m.
Yes. And we also have another wonderful event, a breathwork event with Anu Peter Brandt. He's sitting right here. I want to mention that Anu is an amazing spiritual light worker with many different services. He just launched a new podcast, Soul Unique. And he's also hosted his breathwork right here at Unity before. We're happy to have you come back. Join us for this breathwork methodology that he studied, in which you have a structured breathing method that he guides you through. You're laying here in the sanctuary on a yoga mat or some sort of mat. Doing that structured breathing reconnects us to our emotions, bringing us to moments of healing, moments of inspiration, and inner reconnection. So join us Sunday, July 6th, 3:30, right here in the sanctuary. Go to the website and sign up.
And then we have a number of spiritual connection groups. Specifically, this coming week on Tuesday the 10th will be the Spiritually Feminine group. Please sign up. There's more information in the bulletins, on the website, and also in the blast, as always.
Yes. And we, the prayer chaplains, are here to support you in prayer. If you'd like to have that power of agreement, see one of the prayer chaplains after service. It is our honor and privilege to be on the journey with you toward your good.
So I wanted to add one comment about the prayer chaplains. Isn't it wonderful that we have them all? And I loved the ceremony we got to do with them and to bring them all together in one place. Noel here in the spirit. One of the best ways you can honor the prayer chaplains is to pray with them. They are amazing prayer champions, and they're here in the sanctuary after service. So today, if you'd like to welcome the prayer chaplains and honor their service, just stop and do a prayer of gratitude, do a prayer for thanks, do a prayer for something going on in your life. They'll be here all around the sanctuary after. And online, you can drop a prayer request into our online on the website, and our prayer chaplains will hold you in prayer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. The website, submit prayer requests there too.
Thank you for everyone who makes this service possible, the band, the AB team, the usher and greeters, our prayer chaplains, everyone on the stage, the music team. We thank you so much. And I'm going to invite everyone to rise as you're willing and able as we sing our closing song, You Are the Light.
I'm going to introduce this amazing music team. As I mentioned earlier, you have some rock stars, literally, serenading us every Sunday. On guitar, Luke Schwartz. On the drums, Brian Fischler. Karen Druckers, but really, Unity San Francisco's own Mark Baum. And our music director, just back from a tour of Germany and all kinds of other places, Arthur Koo.
Through. It is only us. So our affirmation today is very specific because we are the point of power. We are the point of change. So I affirm it is myself I'm dealing with. Can we know that together? It is myself I'm dealing with. And so it is.
My eyes are wide and open. light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light of my freedom lies. I can't go back and close my eyes. The truth it cannot be denied. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light.
Woo! Happy Sunday, everybody! I'll see you downstairs and see you in the class. Woo! Preston Brown Show! Talk about illuminate!
Happy Sunday again.
Thanks, folks. You are the light.
We got some people dancing across. Some disrespectful. They're trying to sneak by. Want to say hello?